Hey guys, welcome back. Let me make sure I get this correct here before I F this up horribly. Nope, I've already F'd it up. Boom! There we go! Look at this beautiful new overlay. Welcome to all the players that are here to inaugurate this first time overlay usage. Amazing. I am, of
Yeah.
course, GM Arthur Perkins, APGamingREAL, and we are back for another week 4 of Hub. We've got the first viewer to join us. What's that? A viewer on the show? Wow, how could that be? Check below on the hub button on my profile. Don't know where my profile is? On YouTube, go up and right to the Twitch button. From there, you can learn about how you too can join in on Hub. Whoa, the magic of the internet. So let's do a round of introductions. Adam, I don't think I've seen you in 2 weeks. How
It's
have
been
you
a
been?
while.
Yeah.
Been good. Been good. Been real busy. Mom came in town last weekend, and just been real busy at work. So, um, actually, the month looks good, and so I'm looking to get back into the RPGs and play a little 5e. This will be my
Excellent.
second 5e game, so I'm still figuring things out. I did just buy the new shiny DMG, so looking forward to cracking that open and perusing through it.
Yeah. Except I didn't actually like the DMG that much. That was a huge
Oh,
waste of
okay.
my time. But you might like it better than I did, because I am a selfish hater.
Sometimes I just like looking at all the artwork and
The
There is
tables.
different
quite a
how
bit
it's.
of
It's
good
the
artwork.
tables.
And you know what? Probably, before I say some hateful things about it, I want to add that it brings in a bunch of variant rules, which are quite good. Like, it brings back in flanking, Oathbreaker Paladin, Death Clerics, that kind of stuff. You join us for Plunder and Peril this Sunday, just so I know before I email you.
I am.
Excellent. Excellent. All right. Anything else happening with you, Adam?
I think my contractor's finally supposed to show up on Monday. It's been
Yes, the
delayed
eternal
for a
battle.
long time, so getting my basement half remodeled. So hopefully we get some drywall in this digs.
Yeah, I know what that's like.
The dust from mud will take years to go away. When they mud the drywall. So,
All right, Matt, how are you this week? Filkin, I
uh,
believe, is returning once again to destroy any semblance of sanity to this campaign.
yeah, I'm better now. Bad luck normally comes in threes for me, and in the last 24 hours, I found out that my tax return will be delayed by at least 7 weeks. A laptop I've been working on for 2 weeks died, and I thought, oh, geez, Philkin may die tonight because it normally comes in streaks of three. But luckily, as I was taking a shower, the shower head snapped off of my hand. So
Luckily.
I think that it was the third stroke, and Philkin may live. But
That sounds pretty
let's
reasonable.
let's place your bets in chat.
I've often heard that that is how probability works.
Yes, exactly. It's just if you flip a coin 1,000 times, then it changes. Yeah, so I'm hoping that my bad luck's out of the way, and Philkin can help carry on the legend of Petey, the tale of Petey.
5 coppers say Filkin lives, huh? Not rating him very highly, then.
I should pre-warn you. I gained level 2, and I took it in Bard, so I think that halves my chances of surviving right there. But we'll see.
Only because the party will try to kill you as well.
Well.
I'm having a hard time not thinking about Elon from
Order of the Stick.
Order of the Stick. Thank you. Every
So
time
good.
now that I'm a Bard, so good.
What's that,
Arthur.
people at home? You should read Order of the Stick by just Google Order of the Stick.
Yeah.
It's been a long time since I read that.
Oh, you're missing out. It's gotten so much better lately. And just wait, at the break, I'm going to talk about an Order of the Stick style comic, which is super good. David, how are you doing this week?
I am doing well. They can't stop my fingers from typing on things.
Yes, I've heard that you have released a D&D 5th edition conversion for Ponyfinder.
I totally have. Available near you at Drive-Thru RPG. Ding!
Wow. Drive-through RPG sure is great. I go there all the time to buy all of my RPG stuff.
They always have everything I want. It's amazing. And
It'd be-
such values.
It'd be so much better if we actually scripted that rather than just talk like robots.
But we didn't have to.
Excellent.
Spatula City, Spatula City, Spatula City.
Spatula City.
I just want to point out that tonight's episode is sponsored by water. Water. It keeps me alive.
I can't argue that.
I don't know. I've heard some spurious rumors about that water stuff.
Oh,
I won't go into it.
They're saying now that fluoride, just last week they said that all the fluoride in our water that's kept us so healthy could be why we have so much depression in America.
Oh boy.
Oh, you telling me that makes me depressed.
Yeah, that was pretty
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah, but I think it's just a case of people trying to blame.
That's why I drink Coke. It's safe.
Yes. The logic there
To my-
is solid.
You
To
can't
my
go wrong
knowledge,
with Coke.
no one has ever drowned in Diet Sierra Mist before, so
There's
can't
no
say
water
that
in
about
Coke.
water.
You mean nobody's reported that they've drowned?
Probably
Found in a
would
pool?
ever admit
No.
to actually drinking it.
The bereaved were too embarrassed to admit that they'd.
We'll just
Oh,
put
boy.
it down as natural causes.
Yeah, that's right. Heroin. That's trending. Yeah.
I would
I'll
say
go
no
with
one
that.
has died from coke, but that would be a complete falsehood.
Yeah. Got to be very careful how you word some of these. James, you are our first viewer to join us. How are you this day, sir?
I'm good. Good. Pretty good. Took the day off work because I felt pretty sick, but now I feel okay.
That seems
So,
reasonable to me.
That's going well for me.
And it is a nice Thursday, so you can just take off work tomorrow and have a 4-day weekend. Am I right? That's how it works nowadays?
No. So I had to meet with my big boss tomorrow. She came from another province away. Yes, I'm Canadian.
That's okay.
So.
If you've watched Rise of the Rune Lords, you know that dwarves are Canadian. No one's actually met any dwarves in this campaign, but they're Canadian too. They're super polite when they're not trying to kill elves. So tell us about this new character you're bringing to the mix.
Oh, well, his name is Staven. He looks, well, in my mind, he looks kind of like Rollo from Vikings, but dressed somewhat nicer. He's wearing noble clothing, fancy stuff, or at least it used to be. It's kind of faded. There's patches in certain spots where it's been ripped. Sweat stains everywhere. Giant sheet of metal strapped to his back, which actually looks somewhat sword-shaped. And he looks like he maybe hasn't slept in a few days, so
Okay.
that is Staven.
That is a super evocative image, by the way. And I like how you say he looks better than Rollo while you're describing sweat stains. All right. Well, if you aren't caught up on next week's episode, you should probably go on the YouTube and watch it because I'm not going to go and review it. But all of last week, all of my games were shortened by player deaths. That's all I'm going to say on that. And in Pendragon, I'm now enforcing a new rule. That's my Saturday night campaign. That players need not have but one backup character, but two. Just so the night can continue without any problem. Yeah, that got a bit murdery.
Well,
Nasty, brutish, and short indeed.
Yes. And final announcement before we get started here. Join us tomorrow night for our first alternating Fridays games of Reign of Winter Book 1.
Ooh.
We're going to be doing character creation. You can, of course, catch us on the YouTubes, unless you're watching this on YouTube right now, in which case you can go to my channel playlist and find Reign of Winter, unless for some reason the game gets canceled between now and tomorrow. Which, in my opinion, is 100% possible.
Well, when I tuned into your Pendragon, they were
Dying.
they were courting their lady lovers. So maybe that did that lead to multiple deaths?
No, actually, their extreme pride and arrogance led to multiple deaths. Also, the fact that they were like, "Oh, look, we're facing two guys to R1, but they're useless Saxons. Surely they can't beat us." Oh, I'm choking on my own blood. Oh. Yeah, so that's how that worked out.
I will look. I'll go back and watch that. That sounds fantastic.
So we begin on Sindane 14, which is the first month, 14th day. In Hub, the four of you are gathered once more at the Twice and Again Tavern around the gigantic map. And the bartender is just cleaning glasses and preparing food for the farmers and tradesfolk who come through the tavern. Many of whom seem to appreciate both Filkin and Petey. They have much to say about Petey. He is much beloved of the common people, even though he is now reviled by the city's nobility. What would you guys like to
Me?
do?
What did I do? I didn't know I did anything to annoy them.
Oh, you know what? We should clear one thing up. Geth got out of prison last time on a technicality that the guard could not corroborate evidence against. So yes, Geth is alive.
Yes.
He's just being watched by the police. Elven's secret police are pretty secret.
They could be here right now.
One of you
They
could be one of them.
Disguised
Oh,
as
God.
human? I don't think so.
They got to him. They turned on us, or he turned on us. He flipped. That's why you can't trust civilized folk.
It's the bartender!
No.
He's
So
an
anyway,
Elven KGB agent. So again,
We-
what would you guys like to do as you're sitting around the table having breakfast?
well,
I think we're discussing what we'd like to do this morning.
we saved the city last time. Got them tons and tons of recruits. They should have no problems taking care of all those problems out there.
That's how it works, yeah.
That's excellent logic.
Arming the people is not always a good idea, but I heard it worked out well for them.
Well, I mean, it's not like they're armed and they threw them out onto the streets. No, they have a specific place to go.
And then I'll set like all of my table setting stuff. Like if there's forks and knives around, I'll set it up all nice and neat, and then I'll just like dig in with my hands to my meal.
That seems reasonable. So everybody around you is looking at you, and one of the guys, one of the farmers, you recognize him as the person that Filkin upset in episode 1 when he was like, "Those farmers" or something like that.
Yeah.
This is the guy he bought alcohol for. He's like, "Can you believe those adventuring folks there, pal? Look at him. He's eating with his hands like some sort of slack-jawed Easterner."
I will drop anything that's in my hands right now, and I'll sit back and like push my chair out. What was that?
He says, "Why, I said that you eat like a slack-jawed Easterner, son."
I'll wipe off my mouth, and I'll say, "Well, I could barely understand what you're saying because your common tongue is so coarse. But you better stop saying whatever it was."
Oh boy. What race are you?
Human.
Human common tongue. Interesting.
No, I mean common as in lowborn.
Ah, of course. He says, "I don't understand what you're saying there, son, with all your fancy talk. Maybe you might want to step outside with me real quick. I might be able to hear you better in the sunlight."
I don't dance
Petey.
with my lessers.
Petey shall raise his drink. How about we talk to booze?
The guy says, "What the hell? Petey, I know you're stout and strong, but it's 8 a.m., man."
All right, wait. There's a bad time for this?
The farmer's just like, "I got work to do."
Well,
So
good
many
luck.
rules of civilization. So
It
many
seems
unnecessary
he finally
rules.
knows his place. And I will say that quite loudly.
Wow,
And then go
this
back
is
to
so
eating.
classist. That's the best part. And the guy next to him is like, "Look at that one there. He's one of those elf lovers. Thinks he's so special."
Elf lover? Filkin says as he glances over towards Staven.
just because they gave us a title doesn't mean we weren't worthy of it.
Well, that's a interesting point. A little strange way of putting that, but sure.
And I'll just go back to eating.
Okay.
I will concede that some people are just called to greatness. So perhaps you are one of those types, like myself. Or there's
I'll just
possibilities for
grunt.
you. Yeah.
I'd start eating more.
Now
So,
look,
So would
you
you-
know, the
would
fun
you
guys
all like
begin
to-
falling out to go to work. Most
you
of
all
them
like
do this and do it toward Staven. You hear a lot of them muttering elf-based insults.
I have a quick update to Filkin's appearance, if I may.
Okay.
He's still wearing his collection of furs and pelts, but he now has metal objects sewn into them: forks, screws, nails, a broken torch sconce, a small patch of rusting chainmail, as well as a menagerie of vermin and small animal skulls.
That seems
Ooh.
pretty reasonable and somewhat scary.
well,
I'm ready for anything now. I got me some metal on my armor.
well, are you ready to fight? They're offering good money for it.
After having spent a lot of time in this city now and outside and not my normal wilderness, I really do want to hit somebody. Yes, I would think hitting people sounds great. Preferably not getting hit back, but
I think hitting people sounds great.
And so PD shall go over to the board and rip off the one with the dojo and bring it over. This one right here.
Okay.
the Reed Dojo, is that how that's pronounced? Reed?
Roed.
Roed.
The Rude Dojo. Let's go.
I wouldn't mind getting some exercise. It's been a while since I've swung my hammer.
But doesn't this say stand in as ringers for a fighting tournament? Are they fighting with their hands?
An interesting question, isn't it?
Because it's a dojo, isn't that what they do?
PD shrugs. What? I can hit people with hands. Or sticks. Or whatever they like, really.
Seems rather uncivilized. But
Well, aren't ringers people who are like really good? So we just stand there and let wimps try to hit us, and we laugh at them, and then they learn their lesson.
You're assuming that you are, in fact, really good.
Yeah, I'm definitely assuming that. Pilkin has no
Well.
doubt that he is really good.
I am running
Really?
out of coin. And violence is never a bad thing right now.
Besides, think of how inspiring it'll be for everybody to see how good we do.
I just want to hit something. These city folk need a.
We could show the new generation how it's done. They watch those kind of things, don't they?
I'm for it. If the pay is there.
Well, he holds up the little piece of paper. It says there's pay.
Okay. So, what would you guys like to do then? You've torn off, maybe there's a bunch of little newspaper, like when college students put ads up and they have bottom this like little stripes, you like pulled one off. You're the only person who's taken one. The bartender
Well.
like looks over Filkin and he's just like, yep. Yep.
It says 2 days south. Should we find out a little more accurately where that is?
Hey, barkeep, do you know where this place is?
He says, well, let me consult my encyclopedic knowledge of the foreign outside world to the east. I'm going to say it's about 2 days straight south.
Oh, you're the best.
It's about 30 miles south. You'll see a path up the mountains to the west when you get there. It'll be real obvious, considering the unpassable mountains are basically unpassable except for one small pass.
All right, sounds simple enough.
Yeah, I mean, if you get lost, you'll probably be eaten by dire wolves, but
Yeah, I heard of worse.
Direwolves.
As long as we keep the impenetrable mountains on our right, nothing can go wrong. Money in the bank. I'm in. I will lead us. I'm an excellent survivalist.
You have experience in these things, mountains and the like?
I have much experience in forest and or nature-oriented activities. Not really a mountain guy per se. With my short legs, it's kind of a mocking, cruel joke by the gods. But
Wow.
yeah, we just head south, and then there'll be a path, and we go up. This
Very
is very
good.
basic stuff.
Well, once I get the rest of this meal into me, I'm ready to go.
Okay. So, what is the party travel order here? Who is taking what rank while you're traveling?
Well, the guide will go first.
Obviously, right?
Agreed.
I'll follow behind him. Unless anyone objects, I could watch our trail behind us. I've been on many hunting trips that have gone bad due to unforeseen circumstances.
How unforeseen.
I can
guess
hang in the
I would
back.
be.
I thought noble hunting trips just involved having peasants walk in front, scaring up game, and you shot things from horseback in silken robes. No, you've actually touched the ground in a hunt.
Oh, I did many things on the hunt.
All right. So it sounds like Staven's going in the back, Filkin's going in the front. Where would
I'll be number 2.
Petey, you're taking the second rank. Where would you like to position yourself, Soren?
Let's see. I guess that would leave me in the third rank and file.
You want to stay in the back rank as well?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So, I'm sorry, Filkin, you're navigating. Would anyone else like to take a position? For instance, foraging. Although I think, Filkin, you might have an ability that lets you get food while you're on the way.
Yes,
I
I
don't
have
know about
the wanderer trait, which I have map memory, which I think prevents you
Yep.
from getting lost or helps prevent. And I can feed 6 people per day, which
wow.
actually may have gone up at level 2.
Crazy.
But
Nice.
yes. Filkin has he's still got some rotting food from last week, I assume, in his pouch, but he does have a hunting trap. So he will definitely, at different points in the day, when we take a break, he'll wander off into the woods with his furs and pelts and his turtle shell helmet and a hunting trap, and come back with probably as little meat as possible, only enough to keep us healthy, but as much roots and vegetables and things of that sort.
Yeah.
It's not a vegetarian, just tries to avoid animal death when he can.
Oh, good gods.
I could take the role as lookout while he's scrounging for
Okay.
nuts and veggies.
Well,
All right.
I'll be
Actually-
watching for pursuit at least, just in case.
Filkin is interested. Filkin will ask, Staven, is there a particular type of game animal you would like me to look for? Just as a
Oh, you want to go
As a
on a
friendly
hunt
gesture?
right now?
no, just while I'm out, if I have a choice between rabbit or squirrel or feral rabbit.
I'm not against eating any kind of meat, but most of those I've never tried. I'm used to heartier fare than that, really.
Pheasant. Boar. Dire rat.
But any meat is fine. Yes.
Okay.
Feast only on the finest of dire rats, stuffed with apples.
As long as there's a big pile of them, I'm happy.
All right. So I'm gonna need a survival